We'll start the class with the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying the text called Atma Bodha, consisting of 68 verses. We are in the 55th verse today, and Atma means the self. The self normally we refer as I. This I has got two meanings. One meaning is the body, the mind, the ahankara. The second meaning, which most of us will not know unless we study Vedanta. Only when we come to study Vedanta, we will understand the correct meaning of I. The first meaning is ahamkara, the ego I. The second meaning is sakshi I. I am a witness in this world. This witnesshood is eternal. It is permanent. It does not depend on the birth of the body or the birth of the universe. That is the nature of Atma. Now, where do we get this information? Where do we get this knowledge? There is only one place where we can get this knowledge, and that is our Shastra. Shastra means scriptures. Scriptures means Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra. These are the primary texts for us to learn about our real nature. Our incidental nature is as per the birth of the body. As soon as a baby is born, we say the person is born. That is the material body. The spiritual essence in that body never gets born. It is always there. Now, that spiritual essence is what we are trying to understand in Atma Bodha. And Shankaracharya brilliantly constructs this text for beginners. The real essential meaning we will get in Bhagavad Gita and also in Upanishads and also in Brahma Sutra. But for beginners, the text Atma Bodha becomes the ground on which I can build the knowledge about Atma. It's a slow building process, which is an intellectual process. With this short background, let me go to the slide where we stopped last week. And it is this verse 55, which we will start today.
यद्दृष्ट्वा नापरं दृश्यम् यद्दृष्ट्वा नापरं दृश्यम् यद्भूत्वा न पुनर्भवः यद्भूत्वा न पुनर्भवः यज्ञात्वा नापरं ज्ञेयम् यज्ञात्वा नापरं ज्ञेयम् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत्.
So what is this Atma? What is this self, which is also called as Brahman? Whenever we talk about the self, the self with reference to one body is called as Atma. The self with reference to all the bodies in the universe is called as Brahman. And the scriptures say there is no difference between the self in this body and the self in the universe. Now, suppose a person through the study of Bhagavad Gita, let's take a simple text. He comes to know and he is able to realize that Atma. Here Shankaracharya says, after a person realizes that Atma, there is nothing else to be known in the world, nothing to be seen in the world. Nothing to be seen, nothing to be known. This is one benefit. The second benefit is a benefit which only the scriptures can tell us. The scriptures say the moment a jnani knows the Atma, he will never be born again in this world. It's a very, very astounding knowledge. How it happens, why it happens like this, we cannot ask because it is a scriptural knowledge. We take whatever the Veda says, we take it as the truth. So this is the second message which is given in this mantra. Aparam means superior or there is nothing other than it. Yad drishtva na aparam drishyam. Having seen that Brahman, having known that Brahman, there is nothing superior to that in this world. That is one meaning. The second thing is there is no second thing apart from Brahman. This you will find out, your intellect will ask a question, how is it possible? I see so many living beings in the universe. Here what we are saying is there is no second Brahman in the universe. There is only one Brahman. That is point number one. The second thing is this Brahman is of a higher order of reality. Let's take the dreamer. A dreamer, the moment he knows the waker, the entire dream world, which is multiple, which is plural, which is fearful, the whole dream world disappears. In the case of dream, it disappears physically, but in the case of Atma Jnanam, the world is still experienced by us, but there is a change in the degree of that reality which we attach to the world. A pot is seemingly existent. What about clay? Clay alone exists. When we are giving a name to clay, we say clay is mithya. It is appearance. It is a name given to clay. Clay appears as pot. Clay is the satyam. Pot is mithya. Mithya is an appearance. Mithya is non-substantial. What really exists is clay only. Similarly, Atma alone exists. Atma is Satyam. Body, mind, and the universe is Mithya. Yad bhutva na punarbhavaha. every time we are always struggling to become something else. Suppose I am a primary class student, I want to become a secondary class student. A secondary class student will say, I want to be in the college. When you are finished graduation, you say, no, no, I want to become a married person. A married person says, no, I want to become a father or a mother. So this keeps on going. Always throughout our life, even if you ask a person at 80 or 90 years old, he will say, I want to become a scholar in Sanskrit. I want to learn something. So in this life, we are never Purnaha. Now, how to get this Purnatvam? There is only one way. Know that you are that Brahman, and then this Apurnatvam will disappear. How it happens? It happens. So you have to become a jnani. You have to know this Brahman clearly. You have to purify your mind. In a purified mind, only this knowledge will enter. And it will remain stable in that purified mind. So what is the advantage of knowing this Brahman is knowing this self is Purnatvam. There is no lack of inadequacy. Inadequacy, insufficiency is called as samsara. Physically, I feel I want to add something to me, whether it be a car, whether it be a house, whatever it is. Emotionally, we always have apurnatva. My son never sends me a birthday card. My teacher never recognizes my skill in teaching. My husband never smiles at me. All these are all emotional inadequacy. Intellectual inadequacy is what? I don't know who I am. I don't know this world. I don't know who created this world. And throughout my life, I'm just, every month or so, every week or so, every 2 months or so, suddenly the question will rise in your mind. What is the use of life? What am I doing in life? So that is intellectual inadequacy. So I am never comfortable physically, emotionally, or intellectually. How to get freedom from this physical, emotional, intellectual incompleteness is the topic of our Shastra. When I say Shastra, Shastra tells me there is something called as the self, there is something called as Atma or Brahman. May you clearly know this self. Knowing this self, all your inadequacies in life will go away. So that is the meaning of 55th sloka. The next sloka is
तिर्यगूर्ध्वमधः पूर्णम् तिर्यगूर्ध्वमधः पूर्णम् सच्चिदानन्दमद्वयम् सच्चिदानन्दमद्वयम् अनन्तं नित्यमेकं यत् अनन्तं नित्यमेकं यत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत्.
here again Shankaracharya gives us the nature of this Brahman or the self or Atma. One particular feature of Brahman is explained here. What is that? This Brahman is Ekam, one, eternal, non-dual. It is infinite. It is Satchidananda Swarupam. This is the description of this Brahman. This Brahman is not one of the things in creation. First thing you should know is it is not an object. I will not be able to see that Brahman any day. It is beyond the sense organs. It is beyond the mind. It is the substratum on which this body-mind universe exists. Again, go back to the waker and the dreamer. The entire dreamer exists in the waker's mind. The waker's world exists in Atma. Atma is of a higher order of reality. In that higher order of reality, it is awareness, consciousness. That consciousness is akhandam, indivisible. It is on the left side and the right side. All the sides we say is with reference to some object. But consciousness happens to be the subject, I. I am the self of the entire universe. This comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. There is a mantra which says the entire universe is in the self. Why? Because the self, which is the Atma, is the self which is in the entire universe. From the perspective of Atma, Atma alone is. From the perspective of the waker alone is. The dream world is not there. Similarly, waker's world is not there. From where? From what standpoint? From Atma standpoint. See, these are all knowledge. That is why it is called as Atma Bodha. With reference to the dream world, there is many people. There are many objects in the dream world. With reference to the waking world, the universe or the waker, the dream world was an appearance. Mithya. But it was separate. Did it exist? Does it exist separate from the waker? No. In the waker itself, the dream came and the dream left. Similarly, in this Atma, the pure awareness, the waker's world appears, manifests, and it goes to unmanifest. With reference to Atma, the entire dream is the first dream. The waking world is the second dream. The waking world is a longer dream. But it is still a dream. And what exists all the time? I am Atma. I am awareness, consciousness. That is the ultimate truth. It is the ultimate Nitya Vastu. Brahme iti avadharaye. Such a beautiful language Shankaracharya uses in all this Atma Bodha and all his works. Realize that Brahman as your real nature. Body, mind, and all our experiences is our nature, no doubt, but it is of a lower order of reality. My higher order of reality is I exist as Atma. Throughout these 68 verses, what should you say at the end of it? You should say, I am Atma. I have an incidental body which is undergoing these experiences as per the prarabdha karma of the body. I am not affected by the prarabdha karma of the body. I am asangaha. I am ever peaceful. That is my real nature. So if I know this real nature, I don't have any fear of the death of the body or any other birth of another person. Okay? That
अतद्व्या
so that is the meaning of the 56th of this 57th verse. Okay, 56th verse we are finished. Now the 57th verse, let's listen to it.
अतद्व्यावृत्तिरूपेण अतद्व्यावृत्तिरूपेण वेदान्तैर्लक्ष्यते द्वयम् वेदान्तैर्लक्ष्यते द्वयम् अखण्डानन्दमेकं यत् अखण्डानन्दमेकं यत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत् तद्ब्रह्मेत्यवधारयेत्.
There are two points given in this mantra. The first point is that this consciousness, awareness is changeless. Body is changing, universe is changing, but there is something which doesn't change. In me, whatever doesn't change in me is called as Atma. When I was a child, I was the Atma. When I was a youngster, 10 years old, I was Atma. I am always covered by the body and the mind. If my attention is on the body, I will miss the Atma. If my attention is on the mind, I will miss the body also. So, what the Upanishads teach us is how to go back to our real nature, which is awareness. That is the first point. The second point is now you will ask me, oh, it's so good. It's okay. It's very interesting to know that this is my nature. I never knew this. But tell me, how do I really have this anubhava? Okay, now you have created an interest in me. Okay, for example, suppose you say there are wonderful things in London. There's a river Thames there. There's a big palace, and there is so many beautiful things to see in London. The next question you'll ask is, how do I go and experience that? Similarly, the seeker Shankaracharya knows this. He says the best way to know this Atma is negation of all your tangible things and emotions and thoughts. Thoughts are intangible. Objects are tangible. So, neti, neti, this is not Atma. This is not Atma. Annamaya kosha is not Atma. Pranamaya kosha is not Atma. Manomaya kosha is not Atma. Vijnanamaya kosha is not Atma. Anandamaya kosha is not Atma. Sthula shariram is not Atma. Waker is not Atma. Sleeper is not Atma. Neti, neti. And remain. After you have negated for 5 minutes in meditation, your mind will become pure. The mind will become peaceful. See, the beauty is the subject I is the negator. The world is negated. World is bhadyam. Bhadyam means it can be eliminated. In your thought, physically. In your when in meditation, you eliminate everything and then you remain, and that state is called as samadhi state. Now you are able to understand what is samadhi. A state in which there is no object or being in my mind. But that is not the ultimate. The ultimate is you have to say, I am that Atma. I am Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Atma Asmi. That thought should be deliberately brought about in your mind. That when you bring that thought, then you will realize what is that self. Very beautiful verse. Akhanda Anandam Ekam Yat. Whenever we say Akhandam in Sanskrit, Akhanda means homogeneous, divisionless. Akhanda means there is no Bheda, there is no differences in that consciousness. Why? Because it is the nature. What about the material world, material body, material mind? All that is got divisions. But consciousness is akhandam. Everything else is anatma. In anatma, there is always division. So you keep on negating all the divisions in the world. Ultimately, you arrive at something which cannot be divided. And this is the way the Upanishads, they teach us to have the knowledge. The knowledge of Atma itself is called as experience. Jnanam eva moksha. That knowledge, when it happens in your mind, itself gives you moksha. Sajatiya Bheda is not there. Therefore, it is called as Ekam. There is no second consciousness. That is the nature. You see, what we should know is, many a times we understand the features of Atma, but we should always say that that is its nature. Like fire is hot. You cannot have a cold fire. My nature is consciousness, awareness. Then Advayam, another word used in Vedanta. Advayam means non-dual. Non-dual means Vijatiya Bheda. There is no other object other than consciousness in consciousness. And consciousness is paramarthikam. It is absolute reality. There is nothing after that. And therefore, it is different than the vyavaharikam. Vyavaharikam, you have material work. So there are two sadhanas, two disciplines which we have to follow. It is expanded in Bhagavad Gita. The first sadhana is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga consists of doing all your regular activities and also the rituals which you do with a nishkama attitude. I am doing this because this is Ishvara Arpana Bhava. I do this because Lord wants me to do this. That is called as Karma Yoga. We will see all that in Bhagavad Gita. Jnana Yoga is the second sadhana or the second is the second discipline which a seeker should follow. Jnana Yoga consists of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Shravanam means listening to the scriptures. Mananam means whatever you have listened, you should think about it in your mind. For example, we said that Atma is Ekam. Let that thought come in your mind. When am I experiencing this Ekam? In my sleep state, I am Ekam. Whatever is that state, I am Ekam. It is Advayam, sleep state, not waking state, sleep state. Brahman is not a state, but it is the support of all the three states. So you have to cross over the sleep state and hold on to that supporter of this waking universe. If your mind can hold on to that supporter, adhishtanam, adharam, then you are a jnani. This is called as self-realization. How do you get there? Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. From 42nd verse onwards, we have been talking about Jnana Phalam and glorification of this Jnana. Stuti. Glorification of this Jnana means it is the greatest knowledge. Nothing is greater than that. Nothing is superior than that. And what is the phalam? Two things. Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti means while I am living, for all ignorant people, Ajnani, there will be sorrow in life. There will be emotional problems. But for a person who knows I am the Turiyam Atma, I am the self of the entire universe, which is awareness, consciousness, this jnani will not be affected by any prarabdha karma which will come to the body. See, prarabdha karma affects all ignorant people physically and emotionally and intellectually. But for a jnani, what happens? The emotional and intellectual inadequacies are gone. So he will have emotional freedom, which is called as Jivan Mukti. Videha Mukti means after the body leaves this world, he will not be born again. Whereas Ajnanis will be born again and again in this world. In the 54th shloka, what we have studied is there is nothing else to be known beyond this. Beyond this ultimate truth, which is called as Brahman or Atma. See, when we study Atma Bodha, these verses, all those who have attended these sessions, you will get some idea that there is something which the Upanishad, which our scriptures want to reveal to me. I have come to learn the scripture. And there is something. I may not be, see, the words of the scripture will tell you something according to our ability of our mind. We will be able to take that vision. There are some minds who are very, very powerful, who have brought a mind which is already purified. When they listen to these words of the scriptures, they understand it beautifully. I have seen several students who say, yes, I agree. I think what you're saying is 100% right. They don't have any thoughts, any doubts, any obstacles in their mind against this knowledge. But majority of us will have doubts, will have obstacles to accept this knowledge as the ultimate truth. In Kena Upanishad, same message is given. The person who knows this knowledge, he is free from the world. He becomes immortal. Immortal means body is mortal. Atma is immortal. When you claim I am Atma, then you become immortal. Human life is validated, it becomes purposeful if you come to know this Atma before the body drops off. Somewhere Shankaracharya says, even in the last day of your life, if somebody were to come and tell you, you are immortal Atma, you are not this body. At that time it clicks to you, I am immortal, I am immortal, I am deathless. It's possible. See, when this knowledge clicks in our mind is not in our control. There is some principle which brings me to this knowledge and blesses me with this knowledge. Yogasara Upanishad has this one mantra. Om yo vai brahmana vidadati purvam yo vai vedanscha prahinoti tasmai. That pure consciousness is the ultimate intelligence behind this whole creation. I take refuge in that eternal being. You call it Brahma, you call it Vishnu, you call it Shiva, you call it Devi, whatever it is. It is that Lord, the ultimate Lord, which gave this teaching to the humanity. What are the problems in teaching? See, the problem in teaching, as a teacher, I'm telling you, is there is no second thing apart from Brahman. Brahman is Advayam. It's very difficult to teach this, but the scriptural knowledge, when it comes through the Bhagavad Gita verses, suddenly it will click to you this truth. This Brahman is asangaha. Asangaha means it is free from all relationships. And words are the only thing which can reveal this Brahman. Which words? Not the Laukika words, but the Shastric words. Words, the Shastric words of Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, they are the Pramanam. They are the revealers of this Brahman, of this awareness. There is a method. See, a teacher slowly he will introduce the topic and he will give you whatever knowledge you need at a particular stage. And then slowly he will see that the mind grows of a seeker. Shabda Pravarti Nimittani. There are 5 things which a word can reveal. Guna. Guna means property. Function. A word can reveal a function. Driver, cooker, cricketer, footballer. These are all functions of a person. Guna means he is a nice person. He is fair, she is fair, and so on. Jati, universal group. He is male, she is female. Sambandha, she is a mother of this son. He is the father of this daughter. Relationships. So a word can describe a relationship, a word can describe jati, a word can describe function, kriya, doctor, lawyer. These are all kriya. And then guna, you know. And then there is something called as rudi. Rudi means popularity. Brahman is free from these 5 conditions which are required for words. Therefore, words cannot reveal this Brahman. Brahman doesn't have gunas. Brahman is not a jati. Brahman is not it doesn't have any sambandha. So how to know this Brahman? Bhagavad Gita says in the 2nd chapter, Ascharyo pashyati kaschidena ascharya ascharya vadati tathaiva chanyaha. It is a great wonder that somebody can speak about this Brahman. It is another wonder that somebody can hear about this Brahman. And having heard, having spoken, still the seeker doesn't know what it is. Isn't it a wonder? It's a wonder. Normally, if somebody tells you this is a mobile, you will understand. But Brahman, if somebody talks to you, Atma, for example, we have learned so much about Atma for 57 verses now. But still that Atma is a wonder for you. Because it is the subject. The thing is, it is not an object, but it is the subject. Whenever you negate everything by neti, whatever is that remainder self is called as Atma or Brahman. That truth is called as Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means existence, Chit means consciousness, and Ananda means happiness. That is its nature. See, a guru tells you, Tattvamasi, you are that Atma. So, as a student, what should I say? What should I take? My nature is I am a conscious being. I am an existent being. I am a blissful being. That is the vision of the scriptures about me. But what do I think about myself? I am 60 years old. I don't have this. I don't have this. I lack this. I lack that. These are all the thoughts in your mind. The thoughts are incidental. They will come and go as per the prarabdha karma of your body and mind. When this Tattvamasi is understood clearly, that you are that, I am that Brahman, then what happens? The world gets negated, and I, the Sakshi, I, the leftover Satchidananda principle, I take that, I claim that as my Swarupam, I become immortal. With reference to body, we say Atma is immortal. Atma is eternal. It is always there. Whether the body is there or not, Atma exists. Body has gone. When the body goes away, our relationship which we enjoyed with the body, we are not able to have that relationship. Therefore, we feel sorrowful. We can't drop Ananda. That is the Swarupam of Atma. There are four things in creation, and they always give me sorrow. My body is always giving me sorrow. Of course, it gives me happiness sometimes. That is incident. My Swarupam is Atma. That is permanent, eternal Ananda. What gives me dukkham is body and mind, but the pure consciousness is always existent. It is always ease. Pure happiness is not a part of the body. It is not a part of a product also. No, I mean, this is the analysis of happiness. The five factors now, what I'm discussing is about happiness, ananda. In Taittiriya Upanishad, this whole description of this ananda, what is happiness, what is Vishaya Sukham, and what is Atma Sukham. All those analysis is very well discussed in Taittiriya Upanishad. So this normally we say, for example, I am very happy if I meet somebody. Now, the way the Vedanta tells me about happiness is that happiness is not in that person, but it is a reflected ananda of Atma in that person. It's a slightly subtle point, but as you learn Veda, these five factors about happiness will become slowly acceptable to you. Pure happiness will survive after the fall or resolution of the mind. For example, we all experience happiness in sleep. Everybody experiences, whether you are an African, whether you're a Japanese or from any type. All people, when they go to sleep, they all have happiness. Now, that happiness, Veda says, it is reflected happiness. Whereas Atma's happiness is eternal. It is original happiness. Chit has got original happiness. Chit abhasa, reflection of the chit, has got ananda abhasa. Anything which you enjoy in the world is incidental. It is not eternal. There is only one thing which is eternal is I, the Sakshi, which is called as Atma. Okay? Very intense verse, but these are the verses which slowly get developed and your mind starts absorbing the meanings of these verses when you study higher texts. Right now, yes, the first time in Atma Bodha, I listen to this. But as I study the scriptures more and more, these same verses, for example, many people in this group, after learning Upanishads, after learning advanced texts, they are learning Atma Bodha again. Those people will say, oh wow, what I learned 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, when I relearn the same Atma Bodha, it conveys to me a different impact of Atma. Okay, next verse 58.
अखण्डानन्दरूपस्य तस्यानन्दलवाश्रिताः ब्रह्माद्यास्तारतम्येन भवन्त्यानन्दिनोऽखिलाः भवन्त्यानन्दिनोऽखिलाः.
This verse is an extension of the previous verse. We are in the same topic of Ananda. Here, Shankaracharya talks about the Ananda which is experienced by Devatas in Swargaloka. Devatas are exalted jivas only. They enjoy a better world. Here Shankaracharya is bringing the teaching of Taittiriya Upanishad in this mantra. He says that Deva's Ananda is also a reflected Ananda. And that, what is the original Ananda? Original Ananda belongs to Brahman. And according to the quality of your body and mind and the environment, you will be able to get that reflection of happiness. Happiness is not the same for all of us. It will differ according to our mind's thoughts. For some people, they will feel happy constantly for a few months. Suddenly, they will feel sorrowful. Again, suddenly, they feel happy. Again, sorrowful. Again, happy. Now, this pendulum of sorrow and happiness will keep coming and going. This is constant for the entire humanity. Nobody will say right from the day of I was born till today I've been happy. Nobody. Same thing happens in Devaloka. Each one is only getting an infinitesimal small particle of that blissful nature of Brahman. That is the meaning in this verse. Akhandananda Rupasya. Happiness which is Akhandam, which is divisionless in Atma. That Atma's Ananda is also called as Bimba Ananda, original Ananda. In the original Ananda, there is no gradation. Whereas in the Pratibimba Ananda, that that's happiness which gets reflected in the mind has got three grades: Priya, Moda, Pramoda. This we will learn in Taittiriya. So, according to the purity of the mind, one will experience bliss in this world. Don't depend on this for your happiness. That is the truth I should come to know. See, many a times we feel very happy when you go and enjoy something, enjoy a good movie, enjoy good music. All these things is okay. If you know that these are all incidental, and then you go to a movie hall and come back very happy or sometimes very sad also. If you know the truth behind the movie hall or a TV serial or something which comes in your mobile nowadays, thousands of things come in the mobile. When you see some things, you feel happy. When you read something, when you see something else, you feel very unhappy also. That is Pratibimb Ananda. What is Bimba Ananda? Bhagavad Gita has a wonderful verse in the third chapter. Yasmat matireva syat atmatriptascha manavaha atmanyeva cha santushtasya karyam na vidyate. A jnani is one who revels in Atma Ananda. He is satisfied with his self. See, this is one of the features of a jnani. A jnani will not go in search of happiness in the world. Ajnani will go. You and I will keep on going into the world. I want this, I want that. I really enjoyed this music. I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed this serial. I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed the fragrances. So many things we all will say. But what is the bottom line? Bottom line is they are all incidental. I cannot hold on to that happiness tomorrow. That is why it is called as Nakli Ananda. It is fake Ananda. Abhasa. It is an appearance. Very beautiful section. It comes the eighth section of the second chapter in Brahmananda Valli in Taittiriya Upanishad. All these things are discussed in very big detail. I've quoted some one mantra from Taittiriya Upanishad, and then just this gives you just a comparison. A youth who has got lot of energy, the amount of happiness he will gain from this world, it is a small speck compared to the jnani who has got nothing in the world and he is experiencing Atma Ananda. Even in Samadhi state, it is a reflection of Ananda. So those yogis who sit in meditation for hours together, they don't have this knowledge that the Ananda I am getting in Samadhi is a reflected Ananda. When they come to Vedanta study, they understand I am that Ananda. I don't need to sit in Samadhi. Initially, it may be necessary just to get a taste of it. But once you get the jnanam from the scriptures, it is my Ananda which is getting reflected in the mind. And I'm thinking that that Ananda is my real self. And then what happens to me? The moment I come out of samadhi, I come into the world. Again, I start looking at all the things in the world. I feel I am a small, finite individual in the world. And then I lose that ananda, which I had in samadhi. But suppose I have the Atma Ananda and I hold on to that Atma. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham na alpe sukham asti. In Bhuma Vidya, in Chandogya Upanishad, this beautiful verse comes, which is the description of Brahman in Chandogya Upanishad. Infinite happiness, eternal happiness, that suppose you come to know through the study of Atma Bodha, by some magic, you are able to hold on to that Atma. Then what happens? You have tasted that Atma Ananda, which will remain with you forever. You can go back to that eternal self. It is you. That's it. In Vivek Chudamani, there is a example. People who have done Vivek Chudamani with me will remember this example of a dog which thinks that the when he bites the bone, he gets happiness. The sukham exists in the bone, happiness of biting the bone. So the dog thinks it is, the dog logic tells him that the happiness lies in the bone. But what is the truth? It is the dog's own blood which is coming out, which is appearing as happiness. So similarly, we also, Agyani Jivas, we go around the whole world looking for happiness, forgetting that they are all manifestations of one Satchidananda Atma Ananda. This Ananda is a very big topic in Vedanta. Very big topic, and is the most subtlest of Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat is also very difficult to understand. Ananda is also very difficult to understand. Chit we can all understand because that is my nature. I am conscious. I am awareness. Easy to understand. All my emotions is known because I am awareness. I am Sakshi. I am the witness of all my thoughts. This is easy. But Ananda topic is a slightly difficult topic, subtle topic. That's all. But it can be understood. Next verse.
तद्युक्तमखिलं वस्तु तद्युक्तम् अखिलं वस्तु व्यवहारस्तदन्वितः व्यवहारस्तदन्वितः तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म क्षीरे सर्पिरिवाखिले क्षीरे सर्पिरिवाखिले.
Another wonderful verse. Shankaracharya gives the example of butter and milk. Butter is there in the milk. It is pervaded in milk. But can I separate the two? Very difficult. Similarly, Brahman is there in this world. Because of the presence of Brahman only, actions, body is acting. Body is running, jogging, cooking, coming to class. All this is possible only because of Brahman, consciousness, awareness. Akhilam vastu tat yuktam. Akhilam Vastu, all the objects and beings in the world, even an insect, a mosquito, is pervaded by Brahman. Consciousness is there in the mosquito also. Therefore, when you try to touch it or go near it, it will run away. Our consciousness is slightly higher because of the size of the body. Initially, you see, but consciousness is one principle. It does not depend on the size of the body. It does not depend on the place. It does not depend on the time. I am always conscious. I am always existent. Existence is different than appearance. This you will study in Mandukya Upanishad, those classes I take in Sundays. Existence is different, appearance is different. Baker, dreamer, sleeper are appearances. I, the Turiya Atma, am Satyam. I am always there. In Drittrishya Viveka, there are 5 factors which are given, which belongs to the body, mind, and the universe. Universe means objects. What are those 5 factors? What are the 5 components of the universe? This is a very important topic. Try to understand it clearly, because this is very often used in Upanishads to describe the nature of Brahman. Anything in this world, whether it is a being or an object, it has got these 5 features. Asti, a mountain exists. This body exists. So existence is common to both. Bhati. Bhati means awareness. Chit is awareness which is easily understood in a living being. Sat itself is Chit. Chit is Sat. Therefore, wherever you see Sat, existence, you will also experience the Chit. But I don't experience Chit in a wall or a desk. Why? Because mind is not there. Mind is the one which reflects the Chit, consciousness, awareness. In my mind, all living beings have got mind. Even an ant and a mosquito will have a mind, but minute. So consciousness gets reflected in the ant, on the insect, and to me in my mind also. Bhati, that is bhati. So we have seen Sat and Chit. Priyam, Ananda. According to Veda, everything in the world is dear. It is dear to somebody. If it's not dear to me, but somebody else will like it. So, Asti Bhati Priyam is common, which belongs to Atma Tattvam or Brahma Tattva. Every object has got a name. Every living being has got a name. Name keeping in line with the property. Nama and Rupa. Rupa means form, the shape, and the individual properties and so on. So Nama and Rupam keeps on changing, but Asti Bhati Priyam is the constant Atma component in a living being and in the entire universe. We can't talk about existence of anything without being aware of that. Therefore, awareness, Chit and Sat They are interconnected. They are the same vastu. And every object is a potential source of ananda when the object is there, or sometimes when the object is not there. In short, what the verse is telling us, teaching us is everything in creation is pervaded by Satchit Ananda. What about all our transactions? All transactions are happening in the presence of I, the Atma. I have to separate the awareness, consciousness, sentiency from the transactions of the body and mind. Asti Bhati Priyam is there as Atma at any time. Whether you are sleeping, whether you are awake, whether you are in dream, Asti Bhati Priyam is there. It never leaves me because that is the nature. That is my intrinsic nature. Suppose I come to know this, I am is my real nature. I don't have to close my eyes. I can open my eyes and I can meditate. In Drikdrishya Viveka, there are 6 types of meditations given at the end of the text. Meditation by closing the eyes, meditation by opening the eyes, meditation with words, meditation without words. All that details are given in Drikdrishya Viveka. It's a text written by Swami Vidyaranya. He is also an author of the very famous text called Panchadasi. I've taken some talks on that, Panchadasi and Drigdrishya. You can find it in my website. Asti Bhati Priyam is there in the thoughts also. And thoughts, when they are there, it is Asti Bhati Priyam. When the thoughts are also not there, Asti Bhati Priyam continues. Shere sarpiri eva akhile. Like butter is there in the milk, it is inherent part of the milk. Similarly, consciousness is inherent part of this world. By appropriate means, I can separate consciousness from the universe. What is that appropriate means? Vichara. Vichara means inquiry. In my mind, I have to inquire, what is this Atma? What is the nature of this Atma? It says it is Satyam. It is Chaitanyam. It is Ananda. I have to rotate this idea in my mind. By Vichara alone, I can reach that Atma. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyas. Don't forget these 3 words. If you don't understand these 3 words, you ask me in the chat box, I will explain again. Because this comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and there the teacher, a brilliant teacher of Vedanta, he tells the student, this is the way to know Atma. Shravanaha, Mananaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. So these are what we have seen today, all the features of Atma. Next week, we will start this 60th verse and 290, and I think I can finish this by next week. Next week, I will be able to complete Atma Bodha. the text up to, there are 8-9 verses. I think I should be able to finish it. I'll just introduce this so that when we start next week, you'll remember. Let me just play this verse for you.
अनन्वस्थूलमह्रस्त्वम् अनन्वस्थूलमह्रस्त्वम् अदीर्घमजमव्ययम् अदीर्घमजमव्ययम् अरूपगुणवर्णाख्यम् अरूपगुणवर्णाख्यम् तद्ब्रह्मेद्यवधारयेत् तद्ब्रह्मेद्यवधारयेत्.
Another mantra which talks about the nature of Brahman. When I sit in meditation and I tell myself, I am Atma, I should not restrict this Atma only to the body. Atma is neither subtle, it is neither gross. It is neither short, it is neither long. It doesn't have birth, it doesn't have death. It is formless, attributeless, nameless, colorless. That is the nature of art. See, many students will get a doubt. If there are no features at all, how am I able to realize this Atma? Only one way. I am Atma is the only way. I am that Atma. Don't objectify it. I am that Brahman. I am that pure Sakshi. The moment you say this, Atma will be known to you. Not as an object, but as the subject. We will see the details next week. From 60 to 68, I will try to complete next week. Okay, let's stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamidachade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we'll see if there are any questions on the chat box. And at the moment, I don't see any questions. In case you have any questions, anybody has a question, you can either type or you can raise your hand and you can ask. It can be question related to Atma Bodha specifically if you have anything. Otherwise, you can also ask questions about anything else, about the courses, about how to study, how to progress in spiritual field. These are all things which people have in their minds, but they don't get an opportunity to ask them. Okay, so we'll start with anybody regarding today's talk. If you have anything, you can first ask that.
Sekhaji.
Bolo, Bhai.
Sekhaji, there was a sentence saying that no one can avoid twofold sadhana for moksha. What do you mean by that?
No, nobody can avoid twofold sadhana means, see, if I want to know this Atma, this Bhagavan in my body, how should I know? There are two sadhanas, there are two methods. The first method is Karma Yoga. We will study this in Bhagavad Gita. You have attended Bhagavad Gita, all the talks which I used to conduct before. So those basically there are two methods. One is karma yoga, the second is jnana yoga. All of us have to go through these two steps. Suppose I want to reach the ceiling. Suppose I want to reach the 20th floor in my building. I have to climb floor by floor. First floor, second floor, third floor. So similarly in spirituality, suppose Atma is there on the 20th floor. I have to go through the first few floors. The first few steps are called as karma yoga. Karma yoga means I do all my activities as an offering to the Lord. Whether I'm eating, whether I'm bathing, this is what the Veda teaches us. You can chant a mantra while bathing. You can chant a mantra while cooking. You can chant a mantra and say, all activities are activities which I dedicate to the Lord. It means it is not, I'm not doing any selfish activity. At the beginning of any activity, you say, this is the Lord wants this activity to be done through this body. And whatever phalam which comes from that activity, I take it as prasada. So what are the two steps in Karma Yoga? Karma Yoga is Ishvara Arpana Bhava and second is Prasada Bhava. We will study this in the third, fourth and fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So
Second question.
the first step is Karma Yoga. The second step is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga means you come and learn about this Atma. Attend these type of talks. So these are the two methods, two steps. Everybody has to go through this Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga.
So the process is these two steps.
This is the process, correct.
So one more question, Sikaji. Can we reach Brahma with doing a lot of Vedas and Shastra reading?
Oh, yes. See, as you keep on reading, chanting, you see, there are different ways. As you, for example, people do a lot of puja. They do rituals. Rituals have got two types of benefits. One is sakama benefit, another is nishkama benefit. Sakama benefit means whatever you are doing a ritual or a puja, if you tell the Lord, I want something in this world, you will get something of the world. I want to my child to pass his SSC exam or his doctorate exam well. That is sakama karma. That means a desire, a prayer or a ritual done with personal desires. You can do the same ritual, for example, Sandhya Vandanam or any Gayatri Japam. You can do the same ritual and say, I want chitta shuddhi. I want purity of mind. That is called as nishkama karma. Nishkama means desireless. What desireless? Not selfish desires, but for the sake of chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi means my mind should be free from obstacles, free from agitations. Do the same puja. But what is the sankalpa you're taking? You're making thought in your mind and you're asking for purity of mind. That is called as nishkama karma. So through karma yoga, you can get purity of mind or benefits in the world. Then when you purify your mind, automatically your mind will come to Bhagavad Gita. You don't have to push yourself. your mind will say, I have to progress in spirituality. A purified mind will run to a guru and ask for the teaching. That is the second step. Then once you get to Jnana Yoga, you will realize that Brahman. You see, realizing means understanding whatever the Shastra is telling about Brahman clearly as my nature. Unless you do that, you will not know what is Brahman. What is Atma? You must say, Aham, I am that Atma. Okay, I listen about Atma Bodha, 56 verses, 60 verses, I listen. But I should spend 5 minutes and say, I am that Atma, which has been beautifully described in Atma Bodha. Not this body. Body is not, body is existing in Atma. It is not Atma. There is something different than body. Good. Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
We can say, Secretary, Ham Brahmasmi.
Yes, you can say Aham Brahmasmi. You try it out. You see, you have heard, for almost like 10, 12 years, you have been with me. Every lecture of mine, every talk of mine, you have listened to me for almost 10 years now. The main thing is you must practice Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Atma Asmi. Today it may not make sense to you, but start telling this. And slowly this knowledge of Aham Atma Asmi will click for you. The more you listen to the scriptures, the more your mind will become purer and purer. It is like trying to see Bhagwan in your own body. You understand that nature of Bhagwan is there in this body. If Bhagwan is all pervading, he is there everywhere in the universe. He will be there in my body also. So, what is the spiritual science which I'm approaching? It is the Atma in me. Good. Thank you, Bye.
Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you. Yeah. Shama, you have a question. You have raised your hand. Go ahead.
Hariom Shekharji, not really a question, but just to ask you, you keep on mentioning about the Prasthanatraya, as the first three, so we've done Bhagavad Gita and we're doing the Upanishads. Do you plan to do Brahma Sutras at all? Is my question.
Yeah, this is a lot of people are asking me for Brahma Sutra. See, Brahma Sutra is a very, very it's a text. Yes, I will be doing it sometime. I can't tell you. I can't put a date to it right now. Mainly, it will be for the Upanishad students. That means for the Sunday group. You are a part of the Sunday group. If not the entire Brahma Sutra, I think maybe after Mandukya Upanishad, I will, because there's so many people asking me for Brahma Sutra, I will take the first four sutras, which are the crux of the entire 555 sutras of Brahma Sutra. It will take a very long time. It takes almost 5 years to learn the Brahma Sutra. But anyway, Brahma Sutra, yes. Now you are asking me when, after Mandukya Upanishad, I will probably, there's a lot of people asking for it. So I will take for the first four sutras, and
so we don't
that will
have
give you.
Okay, so unlike like Vivek Chudamani, you've got a smaller version, like 100 verses. So there isn't something similar
No,
applicable
at the
to.
moment I don't have a smaller version of it.
I'm just
If I work,
curious.
if I work at it for 1 year, I will be able to develop a course on Brahma Sutra, which will go for roughly about a year, but I have to work on it for a year. So it's a very tedious exercise, but it's possible. Like I said, see, Brahma Sutra is a text. First of all, the first sutra itself says Athato Brahma Jignasa.
Vinyasa. Yeah.
Athato Brahma Jignasa means after getting the purity of the mind, come
Mm.
and study Brahma Vidya. The moment you are a seeker, you've got a limited Chitta Shuddhi. You can focus your mind on study. The first thing is come and study Brahma Vidya.
So I think
That is
that's
the
alone.
first sutra. That
So
is the
that's a
first, yeah.
yeah. So that sutra alone gives me my answer that at the moment it doesn't seem like a starter because I should wait for a year, get sufficient chitta shuddhi, which
Yes. See, not many
so
people, because when you study Brahma Sutra,
huh,
what you're studying in Brahma Sutra is the essence of Upanishads.
okay.
Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bhagavad Gita is just, milking the Upanishad and giving you in a small, small way.
Mm-hmm.
Brahma Sutra is again taking the same Upanishads, but
Yeah.
not for knowledge purposes, direct knowledge purpose, but it is to resolve all the doubts you have in the Upanishads.
Yeah.
One of the doubts you will
Mm-hmm.
have is are all the scriptures, whether it is Puranas, whether it is Itihasa, Mahabharata, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, whether it is all the 108 Upanishads,
Mm-hmm.
do they have a central teaching?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does Bhagavad Gita has a central teaching? Bhagavad
Yeah.
Gita talks about Karma Yoga, it talks about Bhakti Yoga, it talks about Upasana Yoga, it talks about Jnana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the central teaching of Bhagavad Gita? Is it Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter? Is it the 6th chapter, Upasana Yoga? Is it Karma Yoga, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th chapter? Or is it Jnana Yoga taught in 13, 14, and 15th verse, 15 chapters?
Probably that's the answer. 13, 14, 15.
Correct. You got the answer. Now, that is what you will discuss in Tattu Samanvaya. The fourth sutra of
Ah,
Brahma Sutra is called Tattu Samanvayat. Tattu
okay.
Samanvayat means the central teaching of all Bhagavad Gita, of all the Upanishads, is Brahman.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful.
And
So,
in that Shankaracharya's bhashan is there. He takes every Upanishad into consideration and says, see that this is what talking about Brahman. See here, talking about Brahman. See here, it is talking about Brahman. Chandogya Upanishad, Keno Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad. After that, you will never get a doubt that the central teaching is Brahman.
okay. Can
That is
I,
the beauty and the impact of Brahma Sutra.
yeah, can I ask Shekharji, because I'm very interested in deeply into psych. So like today, one of the shlokas which you said, once you've got the Atma Bodha, then there is absolutely all doubts, everything. There is no desire to know anything more, you know?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct. A lot of
yeah.
people get attracted by this.
So that's a very beautiful one. But that is when one has realized. What my question now is, as of now, where I am, what I want to know is alongside our spiritual sadhana of everything like the Adhyatma study and following the right course of action, dharma and japam, pujam, and everything. Is there any need further to actually have an understanding of our day-to-day behavior, what our mind is telling? In other words, like what I'm really trying to hint at, there is that very great thing in Jungian psychology that we have a conscious awareness, which is easy to access because you can be aware of it. But there is a lot part of it which is subconscious, personal subconscious, where all the shadows, which I translated as samskaras, so there is really a whole lot of waves that are appearing in that. And so it is almost like on a conscious level, I'm taking two steps, but because of whatever has been stored in my subconscious, it is actually taking me backwards. So
Okay.
so that's the obstacle. So therefore, I want to know, it's called shadow work. So what I want to know is, would you consider it as being a useful thing, something which one can integrate along with Vedanta, or it is something to be given up? That's the question.
You see, you can look at it. It's a very
Mm,
beautiful question. I mean, the way you ask this question is a wonderful question.
mm,
This question actually comes to all the seekers.
mhm,
Whatever you ask today
mm,
it will come to every seeker. See, the the unfortunate part of this Brahma Vidya is that this knowledge does not happen immediately when
mhm.
you study the scriptures. For example,
True.
you study Atma Bodha, you study Tattva Bodha, you study Mandukya Upanishad. The problem is, even after you study these verses, understand them, this knowledge does not click immediately. It
Yeah.
takes its time. Why
Mm,
does it take time? I'll tell you. You have brought up the topic that your samskaras are troubling you, which
must
is
be.
which is a absolutely you've hit the nail. You
Mm,
have that is what is troubling us. All the samskaras. I want to meditate, but I can't meditate. I want to
mm,
meditate, I want happiness. I know that the Atma has got happiness, but I'm not able to realize that happiness. That
mm,
Anubhava is not coming to me.
mm,
I've read so much. Shravanam I have done. Mananam
mm,
also I have done a little bit.
mm,
Nididhasanam I'm not able to do it.
mm,
I'm not able to claim I am Atma and everything else is Anatma.
mhm.
Okay. Now, so one part of the question is your identification of the problem is 100% right.
Correct.
Obstacles are there. What
Mm,
you should say is these are all obstacles in my impure mind. The moment my mind becomes pure by repeated listening, I cannot explain to you how important is this listening, continuous listening for a few years about
yeah,
this
no,
Atma, Brahman, Atma, Atma. Continuous listening, whether it is through Bhagavad Gita, whether it is through Brahma Sutra, whether it is through Atma Bodha. A time will come when your intellect understands this one fact.
uh-huh.
I'm explaining, I'm giving you one fact. Suppose you are told that you are awareness or consciousness,
Huh.
which swallows the entire waking state, which swallows the entire dream state, and it also swallows the entire sleep state,
Mhm,
and it
mhm.
remains.
Yeah,
All your experiences are swallowed in this awareness, consciousness, and consciousness rises up and says, I am consciousness, I am
yeah,
awareness.
yeah,
Suppose you are able to understand this fact that there is something in this body which gives me these experiences of me being a mother, me being a doctor, me being a lawyer, me being so and so and so and so. All those experiences are there, no doubt. But these are all vyavaharika satyam. These are all there for experiences. But what is the real nature? The real nature is consciousness. Awareness is so powerful. It's like the light.
yeah,
Suppose you say that in the light only all the activities are going on.
yeah.
In the light of awareness, all the activities are going on. When I go to sleep, all those activities go into unmanifest condition, and I am there as existent consciousness, awareness. I am that light in which everything is happening. I don't keep on looking at the waking state issues, problems. They are there. But my focus is shifting to that awareness. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. Without that light of Atma, awareness, consciousness principle, this without that screen, I cannot see the movie.
Yeah.
Without the screen of consciousness, none of these world's activities are there. World's activities are there. It is mithya. But
Mm.
I am Satyam. And what is the nature of that Satyam? I should know. The nature of Satyam you will know only by repeatedly thinking and claiming, I am Atma, I am Brahman. And then the Upanishad bombards you with the fact Atma is in which the world rises, Atma is in which the world is sustained, and Atma is in which the world resolves.
Yeah,
Unless this one fact is 100% in your subconscious mind, then alone you will be satisfied and you will say, I don't need any other knowledge anymore. I know what is all the knowledge which I gather in the world is only mithya jnanam. The jnanam I am Atma is Satya.
That already is, Shekharji. I'm very pleased to say that already is there. I mean, I have absolutely not a 0% doubt in what you've just said.
Yes.
100%,
Then it is only a question of time. Just allow
Okay.
time. You will find, you will discover as let that Atma bless you with that knowledge which is in
Yeah.
which is there for all the seekers are waiting for that final moment.
Yeah.
Little come.
You know that one, that verse, the Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Madhyaji Mam Ishi
Namaskuru.
Namaskuru.
Maneva. Yeah. Correct.
It's such a one of my
It's
great
a
favorite
wonderful
ones.
verse
Yeah.
and
Because the
also
mind is there,
correct.
my bhava, and what I'm talking about is I would be happy if where my mind is, because I know where my mind is, but my bhava also to be 100% there, all the time, not once in a
Yes.
while,
It takes
but
time.
all the time. So that's all I'm just thinking, and which I was thinking there must be some quick way of clearing up the rubbish.
Yeah. See,
Like how you can clean up the outside.
what you should remember is what I am experiencing is the reflected consciousness together with the mind.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
am missing that original consciousness. That original consciousness cannot be objectified. It is I. I am that subject.
Yeah, true. Uh, until one becomes that pure mind mirror. So I have
Yes.
to just
The pure
wait.
mind will accept this and you'll say, I have understood Vedanta. I don't
But there,
need anything.
but there
It,
must be some way of like a vacuum cleaner or something, or a
yeah, yeah.
big
Everybody wants a
detergent.
vacuum cleaner. A guru should operate the vacuum cleaner, clean up the mind.
And and give it back to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. No,
Thank
no, no.
you.
It's brilliant. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Shama. Shanta, go ahead.
Namaste, Shekharji. I
Yeah.
absolutely enjoyed the talk today. I want to say that, it's what you said is so true, that continuously listening and listening all the time about Brahman and, Atma and all this does help, because these examples which you said about, say, the milk, you cannot see the yogurt or the ghee in it, but it
Yeah.
exists, and we know it exists, and that is what is Brahman, where you may not see it, you can't see it, but you got to accept and have that faith that yes, it exists. So that is quite, I felt that, oh yeah, it's like memory jog for me all the time, remembering all these examples and giving myself, oh yeah, I got to remember this, you
Yeah.
know. So my question today is actually follow on from what Shamaji said. It's about this Brahma Sutra, and you mentioned that Brahma Sutra gives you the essence of all the Upanishads, and in the sense of the Brahman, and
Correct.
and you look at the Bhagavad Gita, it gives you a sense of various yogas, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, but the essence of actually which leads to Brahma Sutra is the one which is the Jnana Yoga.
Yes.
So the people who come to Bhagavad Gita, as we know that, or as I learned from you, or the talks that, or lectures, that there are two types of people who come to Bhagavad Gita. One is the people who want to know the way of life, and the second type of people who come is who want to know who I am. Now, my question is, the people who come to know the way of life, or what are the things we should do in life, which will be sort of getting the sarkama, all the benefits of
Yeah.
whatever the yajnas and this. Now, what do you think that they eventually, or how would they then reach Brahma Sutra, and or would you think that they can also aspire and reach the knowledge of Brahma Sutra of Brahman as we do the people, I mean, along with the people who are going to learn Bhagavad Gita, or who I am? So, or is there still purification needed? Or, as Shamaji said, of course, we love to have a vacuum cleaner, but all of us don't have, or
Yeah.
that's not possible. So, do you see that there will be some way to both of them reach at the same time to Brahma Sutra and achieve that
No, that
Tatvamasi?
will not happen. You see, the all beings are not born equal. Our minds are very, very different. Our
Mm,
bodies are different, and our thought patterns are different. So, purification of mind is very, very different for each one of us. It all depends, and no guru can go to a Sishya's mind and see whether he is pure, impure. Nobody can do it.
yeah.
So basically, only one will know whether I
Mm,
am progressing, and you should not bother about others. You should forget about others and say, okay, they will find their own path, they will find their own guru, and they will come one day. What my focus should be, am I want to know who I am. See, what
mm,
you have said initially about Bhagavad Gita is very, very good analysis. One is people who want to change their way of life.
mm.
Good. But that is a starting point. You see,
Okay.
when they change their way of life, it is not easy. You see, from a Prakrita Purusha, we are becoming a Samskrita Purusha. We are from a
Mm,
animal man
mm,
to a man.
mm,
So our mind has to grow. So the way of life, yes, definitely people who come to Bhagavad Gita will understand, if they complete the 18 chapters,
mm,
they will get a pinch of all the yogas. They will
mm,
know Bhakti Yoga, they will know Karma Yoga, they will know Upasana Yoga, they will know Jnana Yoga.
mm,
According to the taste of people,
mm,
they will come and pick up whatever they like from the Bhagavad Gita.
mm. Yes,
Suppose there are
true.
20 students, there will be two students who will be interested in Jnana Yoga. There will be six students who will be interested in Bhakti Yoga. For them, Bhakti will make a lot of difference.
Mm,
You know, what type of Bhakti I should have, how I can go and merge with the Lord, that will interest to them. The
mm,
12th chapter will be very, very rewarding. Some
mm,
people whose mind is slightly purified, they will say, I want to meditate.
mm.
They will say that sixth chapter is the best chapter in the 18 chapters.
Yeah.
So they will go after the sixth chapter. They will say, how I can chanchalam hi mana Krishna, how can I make my mind more and more steady?
Stable, steady. Yeah.
So they will spend time in meditation. They come to me and ask me, what are the steps in meditation? how should I meditate, then they also find success. They also get rewarded. So it depends on with what mindset you come to the Bhagavad Gita.
But Shekharji, my question, I mean, that is, yes, possible, or rather we can understand that people have different minds and they will come with different minds and then get attracted to certain chapters. But as I said, when I got into Bhagavad Gita is because I woke up with the question, who I am? And I just couldn't understand who I am. And so, I mean, I went through this, phase where I was wanting to know who I am. And so, and then I, got to Bhagavad Gita. So, but I have not gone through the other chapters, if you, I mean, the other phases, which are, whether it is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
Dhyana Yoga. So, um, so have I missed out on something? Because
No,
I
you
didn't
have not
reach
missed
there.
out. No, see, Lord Krishna answers that in the sixth chapter. He calls them Yoga Brishta. You see, Yoga Brishta means what? In your previous births, you have already finished your Karma Yoga. You don't need that Karma Yoga in this birth. You have to start from Jnana Yoga this birth. That is the plan for you given by the Lord this in this birth. So don't keep a feeling that, oh, I have to study third chapter, fourth chapter. Wow, how come I'm suddenly interested in the 13th chapter, 14th chapter, 15th chapter? No.
But
See,
Shekharji, when I, sorry, when to interrupt, but when we've got this Bhagavad Gita group, right? And
yes,
when I see the, when we did the Karma Yoga and we were talking about it, I felt I'm so ignorant about all these things. And I've just jumped to Karma Yoga. I mean, sorry,
yeah,
the Jnana Yoga.
yeah,
So it feels like, I'm not ready for it, or what is it? Because it felt like, oh my God, I don't know so much about Karma Yoga. I don't know so much about Jnana. I mean, the
yeah.
Bhakti
See,
Yoga. So maybe
no,
my last birth, I don't have. I mean, memory is not there of
no, no.
last birth to this
You
birth,
see,
right?
uh, anyway, it's always good to have a full that it's always good to have a complete knowledge of the Gita.
Hmm.
There's no doubt about it. So going through all the chapters once in your lifetime is good.
Yeah.
Uh, and if you have missed out on Karma Yoga, go ahead and study the third, fourth, and fifth chapters. Doesn't matter. You just go to the book. I see people like you, for example, who have been with me for 4 or 5 years listening to the talks continuously.
Hmm.
You will understand Karma Yoga very fast because you know what the essence is. You see,
Hmm.
the moment you have studied Jnana Yoga and you know awareness, consciousness, Kshetrajna
Uh,
is the
yeah.
ultimate thing to know.
Hmm.
And Karma Yoga is just a stepping stone.
Hmm.
Okay, Karma Yoga, I may not have practiced it. Okay, I will academically, you will come to know Karma Yoga means only two things.
Hmm.
Ishvara Arpana Bhava and
And
Prasada Bhava.
Prasada Bhava. Yeah.
That's all. So
Yeah.
all my
No, but yeah,
activities
yeah. So
I
I
may
have, yeah.
have dedicated in the past.
Hmm.
And once you come to know, then start practicing.
Okay. Yeah,
Doesn't
no,
matter.
because because I have, as I said, I have done the whole 18 chapters in one go, and the first time, and then I went to my favorite chapters of 7, 9, and 13, and then I've I'm thinking of going again, and now it's a good thing that you're going to do it again, so I can go it'll be probably the third time I'll be going through the entire Bhagavad Gita, but I've been revisiting the 7, 9, and 13 chapters more often than others. I don't know why, but and then when I go to Bhagavad Gita working class, I mean, our homework, or what do you say,
Yeah, yeah,
workshop group, and then I feel, oh my God, there is so much I don't know.
yeah. It's okay. It doesn't matter. These
Uh,
things are all. See, again, what you should take is let me enjoy the journey as it
mm,
comes. That's all. You know,
mm,
I don't wait for the ultimate success of the ultimate goal to achieve. The
mm.
happiness lies in every step along the way.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
This,
journey.
yeah. The second question I've got is regarding now we've done so many Upanishads with Bhashyam and without Bhashyam. And it is very obvious, especially when we start, doing the Upanishad, the mantras, it's very obvious that there is no talking about, no, beating down the bush about, karma yoga, upasana yoga. Here it's all about Brahman. And this is what it is. It goes on hitting you all the time, right? Whether it is, when you look at Kena Upanishad, it tells you, okay, don't look at the Indriyas, it is the eyes behind the eyes, whatever you call it,
Correct.
the way you
Yes.
say it. Yeah. So when you look at, when you think of Taittiriya Upanishad, we don't say that, oh no, forget about the koshas. It is something which is hidden inside under the koshas. So
Yes.
it is always pointing out to the Brahman.
Yes.
So how can we have doubts about Upanishads? As in, how can we question about the central theme of Upanishad? Because every Upanishad is pretty much hammering the same thing,
Okay, good.
right?
See, the thing is, I have learned Brahma Sutra before coming to teach Upanishads, and I have adopted Brahma Sutra in my Upanishad class itself. So you don't have a doubt. There are
Okay.
many people who have come and they are still groping in the dark. See, you are very clear that the topic in Bhagavad Gita is also Upanishads only. It is the same Brahman, the same Atma. Because even in Atma Bodha, I am telling you that the central teaching is Atma, is
Atma, yeah.
nothing else. So I have been bombarding you with this knowledge that the central teaching, whatever classes I am taking, is Atma only. In different ways we are approaching the same goal,
Yeah.
and ultimately that goal, if you claim it as your real self, it is the easiest path to moksha. You see, the way I try to take up these sessions is always I'm not looking at it from an academic point of view. I always look at it as a practical point of view, as how I can get that moksha. See, this is the style of Shankaracharya. Even in the introduction to Bhagavad Gita, Bhashyam, Shankaracharya straight away takes that seeker and he tells him that whatever I'm going to talk in the Bhashyam of Bhagavad Gita, I'm telling you right in the beginning, in the introduction itself. And the way he expresses it is amazing. It's and I will be putting some notes about it very soon in the website uh, on the
So,
Shankara Bhashyam.
yeah, so would you say that, say, people who have learned various Upanishads from different sources would have learned different aspects which are covered in those, just like as Bhagavad Gita has got all these yogas, I mean, the karma
Yes,
bhakti
there
and all
could
that.
be,
And
yes,
then there would be
yes,
the
yes,
essence was actually the chapter 13, of Bhagavad Gita, which the rishis or munis, whoever wrote the Vedas or
yes.
whatever, is the one which, you got to actually get to. But you're just given a platter and then you are asked to choose which one. But in case of and is it the same, and that is the reason why we need to go one step forward to Brahma Sutra to again pick what is all the essence of it, like, or the
Okay,
best part of it, like how in Bhagavad Gita, after seeing all the 4 different yogas, you say, oh no, actually, the main and the
okay.
most important thing is the Jnana Yoga. And
I
then the
think
same
you
thing
are you are
you do.
following Shama in asking me to take Brahma Sutra next week. So, so I I I know what you're saying. I'll have to work on it. Like I think seems to be more interest on Brahma Sutra. Probably, like I said, once I
Mhm.
finished Mandukya, I will maybe take up Brahma Sutra for 1 year. You know?
Okay, yeah, that'll be interesting to see actually, because uh, I'm just quite inquisitive to know
Yeah,
that is
because
there a
not
platter as well? Or,
I,
yeah.
my, see what I feel. Sometimes I feel there'll be only 2 people in the class, you and Shama, and everybody will disappear because Brahma Sutra is not so easy. It's very advanced and very intense. But nevertheless, let's see. Let's see
I've
how it
changed.
ends.
I've changed my mind, Shikhaji, and I'm thinking, no. Let me at least first try and have a proper chitta shuddhi, and then
Yes.
it will flow.
It will
Otherwise,
flow. Correct. Yeah.
Oh
otherwise,
God, Shamaji, please
yeah,
don't say
no,
that, because then you know what? As Shekharji said, that I might be the only student there.
no. Honestly, no, it's worth preparing. You don't want to get a PhD straight away. As Shekharji has said, it's the PhD of everything. So I would
No,
rather.
maybe a condensed version of Brahma Sutra. I think I had taken a session, maybe it was not recorded. I had taken a Brahma Sutra also, some one or two talks on that long time
Mm,
ago. I'll check with Shanmugam whether he has any of those videos or it was just a plain talk without a video. I will see. But otherwise, what I'll do is to give you a glimpse. I had
Yeah.
given you a glimpse of different
Oh,
texts.
yeah.
mhm.
Upadesha Sara, I'd given you,
Mm.
Vedanta, this Vedanta. I had taken 6 or 7 texts in a short 2, 3 sessions, 2, 3 sessions like that.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, for you to understand what is Brahma Sutra, I will take
Mm.
maybe some 3, 4 sessions just to you to get a glimpse of
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
that would be good, because when we start doing, say, for example, Chandogya Upanishad after Mandukya, then we will be able to relate and, probably focus on the essence. I mean,
Hmm.
you're already pushing us to, because I don't think I've seen anything more than what is Brahman in all these Upanishads which we have learned, and that is
Yeah.
what it's trying to answer all the time. So that will be good. Yeah, if you could do that, that
Okay.
would be
I
very good.
will.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Somebody else also asked. I think it was Ganesh who had asked me about this from the US. So many people are asking me for Brahma Sutra. Uh, Let me see. I will take some 3, 4 sessions on Brahma Sutra. In my website, in the Vedanta students website, all the 555 sutras are there, along with descriptions of uh, along with descriptions of those sutras. All the 555 sutras are there. In fact, when I did that Brahma Sutra about 15 years ago, I thought of making a small synopsis of that and take about 15 sutras and say these are the 15 sutras which are very important. Like
Mm,
out of the 4 sutras, the Tattva Samanvaya, the fourth sutra is the most important and it covers all the first 3 sutras. So similarly, there are 10 or 15 sutras in the out of those 555 sutras, which are extremely important, which will the doubts which you may not have today, but it will tell you the doubts which are possible and it will clear those doubts. Like the two birds,
mm,
Jivatma and Paramatma, which comes in Mundaka Upanishad. So those are the two birds, the two Jivatmas, or is it one Paramatma and one Jivatma? You know,
mm, mm.
question like that
Yeah.
could arise. So these are the things which are discussed, and I would say yes, there are about I would say out of 555, about 25 of them are very very important sutras,
Mm,
uh, which will tell you what are the doubts which are possible in those mantras. You see, each of these Brahma Sutra is always related to one of the Upanishads. It is
mm.
a mantra from the Upanishad which is analyzed.
Okay.
So anyway, let's see.
Okay, let's just, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Uh, okay. So Bharat is saying something here. Of course, a lot of people are interested. I can see Lalita is interested in it. Uh, Study Adhyasa Bhashya on our own before studying Brahma Sutra. Yes, Adhyasa Bhashyam is a beginner for Brahma Sutra. If you understand Adhyasa Bhashyam, Brahma Sutra will be a cakewalk. It will just be flowing through. And uh, to understand Adhyasa Bhashyam, you have to repeatedly think of 2 things. What is the Artha Adhyasa? What is the Jnana Adhyasa, which is happening every day in my life? How do you
Mm,
do that? I am pure consciousness. In the waking state, I have all the perceptions of objects, which is called as Artha Adhyasa. Adhyasa means it is superimposed on this pure awareness. Then this is coming from the world. All the Artha comes from the world. Then what is Jnana Adhyasa? Jnana Adhyasa is my own mind keeps on throwing thoughts. Those thoughts and those conclusions about the world is called as Jnana Adhyasa. That means it is Jnanam which is getting superimposed on the consciousness. What do I have to do? I have to only drop these two things and say I am the pure consciousness. If you can understand this, this is the sum and substance of the entire Adhyasa Bhashyam, which is the sum and substance of Vichara Sagar. See, what I told you, Artha Adhyasa and Jnana Adhyasa, is from Vichara Sagar. But that is the essence of Adhyasa Bhashyam. Good. Well done. Shama, you understood.
Now I'm just so excited. Yeah.
Okay.
That as the path gets clearer, obviously one feels happier, no?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
many times you can't even see the road ahead of you.
Yeah.
So it gets lots of dirty flood waters and whatnot. So once it starts to clear, thank you so much. You keep doing it for us. So
Good.
anyway.
All right. Thank you. Bharat, you have something? You raised your hand.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you, Shakaji. I just want to say that even the Adhyasa, also Adhyasa and Jnana Adhyasa, it can't be taken as real. Even the Adhyasa is Adhyasa and should be dropped.
Correct.
Cool. No, but the Adhyasa Vashyam is I agree with you. I think understanding that it is the secret unlock. It's like the cheat code for the rest of Brahma Sutras. Even if you haven't studied the other Upanishads, the way Shankara explains them and having the Adhyasa Bhashyam, in your mind, it doesn't stop you from learning all the other sutras. So I really agree with you.
Good. For others who don't know, Bharat has done the Brahma Sutra, I think 3 or 4 times. So apart from the Gita, your forum, which you have, you can even dig him on Brahma Sutras.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
No.
good thing. Yes.
Thank you, Shekharji, for
Thank
giving
you,
us this
Shakaji.
secret.
I think I'm going to go on holiday now. Thank you.
All right. I think there are no other questions. If anybody else has anything. Well, we are doing this Atma Bodha class now. Next week, if you are able to finish, maybe I might take a break of 3 or 4 weeks before I start the Bhagavad Gita. That's what I plan to do. The reason behind it is I may have to go for some eye surgery. It's a small cataract operation, which I will have to decide only in first week of October. So I after this Atma Bodha next class, maybe for Saturdays there will be a small break, and if you want, I can before I go for the surgery, I can have off and on just some uh, sessions, 1 or 2 simple sessions. Let me see. I will inform you about it. But definitely next week, I think I'll be able to finish the Atma Bodha. There are some additional notes on Atma Bodha. I'm sure all of you have gone through Atma Bodha. You don't need any summary and all that for Atma Bodha, right? Because in the end of the Atma Bodha
No, I
notes,
think I've got the yes, sir.
I think
Yeah.
Atma Bodha has been a simple text, and you don't need another few sessions again to revise Atma Bodha, right?
Yeah, I think that's fine because
Yeah.
I mean, we've done it
Okay.
before and this is going to be the
Yeah.
second time, but I don't know about
That's
the
good.
newcomers.
Yeah.
They
Okay. So
might.
in that case, uh, uh, in that case, I will stop after this next class, and let me think in case I can, if I can do any 1 or 2 sessions in between, I will take up something. But otherwise, we will see before I start Bhagavad Gita, I want to start and continue. Not that I start the following week and I say there's a 4 week holiday after I start. So I would rather finish something and then start clean. Okay.
So, just a question on when you would start the Bhagavad Gita. Would you be actually just going through chapter wise, or would you want to make it more thematically? I don't know. I'm just curious.
Yeah. See, what I
How do
would
you
like to
plan to
do,
do it?
yeah.
Yeah.
See, what I was thinking is this time, of course,
Mm,
the notes are all there.
mm,
Uh, I have already taken one course of that before, which is there in the website. You'll find in my classes. You'll find there is a one Master Gita, Master Life. That is the same notes which I'll be following.
mm,
Now, apart from that, what I will be doing is for the people who are attending the class only,
mm,
I will be circulating to them every month or something as and when my Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam notes are ready.
okay.
I've just started last week on listening to Shankaracharya's Bhashyam. I've not done Bhashyam of Gita before, but
Mm,
for those people who are students or going to be class students, I'm not going to give it to the whole group. I'm only going to give it to the people who come to the classes. It will be their Bhashyam notes. Bhashyam
okay.
notes I will give, and that will be an added thing. See that you will be studying Shankaracharya's Bhashyam
Mm,
on Bhagavad Gita along with the study of the normal
wonderful.
study of Bhagavad Gita. See, the
Perfect.
thing is, Shankaracharya's Bhashyam is extremely intense. You know,
Mm,
he takes up the Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam as if he's teaching Brahma Sutra, you know. So, but anyway, I think you will like it. It's very intense, and maybe from time to time, I will give you 1 or 2 sessions on Bhashyam of Shankaracharya on Bhagavad Gita. I will give highlights of that. And another thing, of course, you have created a group in London for those 5, 6 people who are there in Bhagavad Gita. You're doing sessions every week. You should continue that sessions, and then as you grow, if you have any questions, we can anyway. That question answer sessions will be there in Bhagavad Gita. I will be going chapter by chapter. So I
okay.
will be going I'll be doing all the 18 chapters, but the first chapter I will be going very fast. Like
Mm,
Shankaracharya, I'll be going very fast because it is only history. It's only about the battle and who fought and so on. So wherever it is important chapters, I will be focusing, like the second chapter, like the sixth chapter, seventh chapter, ninth chapter. Those areas. It's going to be a very long study. So
mm,
unless and until you're ready for it, and then you are for the long haul, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years. So
mm.
this Bhagavad Gita, once I start, it will take a long time. I would, unless until there are enough people who are interested, then only I was thinking of doing this Bhagavad Gita actually, because uh, it is a very, very long journey because it will teach you right from Karma Yoga to Upasana Yoga to Bhakti Yoga and then finally Jnana Yoga. Uh, so
That
that's
will
my
be
current
true.
plan.
Yeah, no, sounds very, very beautiful because it almost will be doing the Samanvaya, won't it?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So
Definitely.
at the end, yeah.
So you'll have the full, that is my plan at the moment, unless there is only 2 students in a class.
Oh no, I'm
Shanta
sure we
and
all will
Shama.
be coming.
If Shanta and Shama are there, I will probably
Because
start Brahma Sutra, you know.
no, this is
No, no, I
like
also
a
will be
feast.
there.
Yeah,
It'll be
okay.
a
I also
feast.
will
It'll
be
be a
there.
feast.
Okay,
Priji.
all right. Vijaya says she'll also be there.
So it's
Yeah.
good.
It'll be a
Okay.
feast. It'll be a feast actually. Feast.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
It will be.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward, Shekharji, for this, Bhagavad Gita, the extended
Ganesh
session. Yeah.
Ganesh is just saying he'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So yeah,
No, and I will give certainly some whatever I have got from the Shankara Bhashyam.
mm,
You see, people like you who have already done Upanishads, you will enjoy it because you see, he goes straight to the point of teaching somebody to you see the Shankaracharyas, the beauty of his Bhashyam is he wants you to realize I am Atma, I am Brahman. You know? So I follow the same style. Exactly the same style. I want each one of you to say, yes, I have understood, not only understood, and I know exactly what this uh, central teaching of all Upanishads is. It is, I am that Atma. That is the final goal I want all of you to get into, because that will give you the full satisfaction. There could be problems along the way, that those problems will get sorted out, because this is what the purpose of learning Bhagavad Gita is. So,
So the only difference is the notes you will not be circulating on the
which
Bhashyam
notes?
notes. You were
No, no,
talking about the
no,
Bhashyam
no, I will be
Bhashyam notes.
circulating. It'll come the moment it starts getting typed. Right
Huh.
now, just only 200 pages are ready.
It'll be
So,
nice to read it before you do the class, actually.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
no. See, the thing is that Shankaracharya's, the way he starts that is the Bhagavad Gita is he goes into the complete Veda, and he says he spends a lot of time on how the whole Veda got structured as the Veda Pura portion and how the Veda Anta portion, and how both are complementary, and how Veda Purva and Veda Anta are complementary and lead you to the same goal ultimately. Now,
wow,
this nobody does
that's
it so
great.
beautifully except Shankaracharya. You see, this complete picture of the Veda and how Bhagavad Gita is a study where you can get it, and he Shankaracharya clearly says that there are a lot of confusions in Bhagavad Gita. He says the my goal of writing this commentary is to remove those confusions in the Bhagavad Gita.
Mm.
And he is the one who says that there is bhakti yoga, there is upasana yoga, there is karma yoga. And so what do I take? Sarva dharman parit, sarva. So he says that,
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा
good, good. Ajita,
सर्वपापेभ्यो
yes, Ajita is chanting the verse. Very beautiful.
So sweet.
So, right in the introduction, he talks about the 18th chapter. Can you imagine? You people have come to learn Bhagavad Gita, and he writes a commentary on the 18th chapter, 66th verse, and says that all dharmas means all the everything. Right in the introduction, he gives you the picture of final glimpse of Atma. Sarva dharman parityajya. That means all the attributes of the body, mind, you surrender to this Atma in you. And then you see what happens. And that is realization. Such a beautiful commentary and such a beautiful revelation,
I'm just thinking of, what if Bhagavan Krishna straight away, the first thing which he would tell Arjuna, what would have happened to him?
Oh God.
Okay, so I'll stop here. We'll continue next week.
Thank
Namaste.
you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Dhanyavad, Shekharji.
Thank you.
Namaste, Shakaji. By the way, Krishna does try to tell Arjuna the truth in chapter 2, verse 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but but he doesn't say parityajya. He doesn't at all mention that.
Yeah,
Definitely
that
not.
comes
Now
only in the 18th
he
chapter.
does give the
It becomes
jnana,
18.
but
Yeah.
suppose he said, just forget it, come to me and I will take care.
Yeah, actually, what he really is saying is it is as good as the Atma in you talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your Atma is talking to your own mind. Surrender all your thoughts about the world to me,
yeah.
and I will take care of your thoughts. I will take care of uh, your your dharmas in life.
Yeah. It's
Amazing.
beautiful.
It's amazing.
No, I really look forward to it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Shigaji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.